Hey, friends, it is Tammy here, coming at you super late on this Monday night. It's been one of those days, but today is day 20 of my 100-day challenge, and I was determined to hop on here and do my video, which if you haven't been following for the next 100 days or 100 days total, it has been my mission to come and add value here on Facebook Live, and I've been talking about different topics, everything from, you know, what to do when you encounter obstacles to like how to persevere, kind of setting goals and dreams, working toward really what you want out of life. And I'm talking a lot about that in the context of kind of creating freedom and flexibility. And today I want to talk about something that I don't think we talk enough about, and that is the naysayers in your life, or in some cases, the people that are just kind of downright rude. So if you are following me live, if you're hopping on live, would you say hello? I'd love to know who's here. If you're watching me later on the replay, let me know that too. So I want to kind of set the context as to why I'm talking about this, because two things happened to me today where people were kind of jerky. One, I totally didn't deserve. The second one, I kind of did. But it didn't mean that it called for what it was that they did. So I was driving into the office this morning and somebody cut me off. Apparently it didn't like how slow I was going. Somebody cut me off, pulled right in front of me, and I beat my horn because they almost hit me and flipped me off, right? So not only that, like PS, if you drive in Massachusetts, or really anywhere, that type of thing happens all the time. It's not a big deal. But what they proceeded to do was slam on their brakes in front of me, like almost provoking me to hit them. And it really kind of at first like riled me up. But then I was like, look, I'm not giving you the satisfaction of riling me up. Like if this is how you want to start your day, fine. If this makes you feel like more of a man, because I know it was a man, I didn't see his face, but I saw it was a white-haired man, interestingly. So I'm like, look, if this makes you feel like more of a man, whatever, but you are not going to ruin my day. And so I was a little bit riled up, but then like really kind of let it roll off and was completely fine when I got to the office. So then the second thing happened later on tonight where technically my youngest had a baseball game, and technically you're not supposed to have dogs at the ballpark, which totally I shouldn't have had Stella there, but I did. Well, somebody that was attending the game texted the guy who runs the fields and just said like, you shouldn't have your dog there. So he came over and he talked to me about it. And I was just kind of like, really, like, why would you go out of your way to let somebody, like, he was perfectly fine. She was right with me, wasn't doing anybody any harm. But why would you go out of your way to kind of like, I see it like tattling, whatever, but go out of your way to like report that a dog was there. I just thought that was like really like uncalled for. But like I said, nonetheless, I was in the wrong. Like I shouldn't have had her there. There are signs up everywhere. But it got me to thinking about how this relates to even when we're stepping out of our comfort zone, whether it's pursuing a side business, like going after a goal or a dream that maybe is a little bit, of a stretch or outside of the norm. Maybe there's some people in our lives that aren't comfortable with it. And maybe even you have had someone who's acted like a jerk to you. Maybe they've said something to your face or they've criticized you, or maybe they have, said something behind your back and that got around to you. I heard of that story recently from a fellow entrepreneur. Whatever the case is, like, here's the thing. There are jerks in this world. There are naysayers. There are people who are going to be critics. Like, it's almost much easier for people to sit back and be critical of others because there's this sense of like, I'm not pursuing my own dreams, so therefore I'm going to be critical of other people, right? And so it just really got me to thinking about how we respond to that and what we do. And this word grace really came to mind this morning in this situation, and then also later tonight too, because it was kind of like, these types of things, they happen, right? They happen all the time. They happen every day. Now, what our natural tendency is to kind of get riled up and like complain about it. Or maybe we even speed up a little bit and try to ride their tail, right? Like that's our kind of natural reaction. But yet, what if the way that we responded to those people, we responded to the jerks, we responded to the naysayers, is just simply to let it flow off of our shoulders and give them grace? Not because they deserve it, but because, on the contrary, it doesn't even deserve our attention. When you think about it, those jerks in your life who have said some things to you in the past, typically, when you've gotten all riled up, think about the emotions and the energies that you've wasted, like really getting angry or plotting the revenge or even just muttering under your breath. Like think of the energy that you waste in doing that. Or think of the energy that just gets, it's not worth it. It's energy that doesn't do you any good. And it certainly, they don't care one way or the other. And it tends to be that negative energy that we carry around. What if we just simply pause? I call it like bless and release, right? Where we're like, thank you for making it a point to try to trip me up today. I'm just going to release you. Bless you on your way. I hope you have a great day. And I'm just going to release you. Bless and release. You say, thank you for giving me this opportunity to give you grace. And now I release you and let you go because it's not worth my time any longer. So I really feel like that is something that we need to apply in our life and in our businesses in particular, when we have those critics and we have those people that, maybe they're well-intended. Like, it got me thinking about, the person who like called tonight. Like, I totally get that there's so many other people that bring their dogs to the field and get told the same thing. So why should it be any different from me, right? Like, there's no reason why it should be any different from me. And, I totally understand too that like the league has insurance, that they have to think about too. And so I don't want to put my town at risk, so that was completely reasonable. And if I were to look at that situation and look at how I'm in the wrong, like, yes, totally understand. But I also there's an opportunity for me to expend grace to the situation and grace to that person and kind of say, like, they're just looking out for our town. They're just looking out for, keeping things fair, keeping things consistent. So totally get it. Like, again, bless, like, thank you for giving me this opportunity to think about this, and release, and same type of thing when we have the naysayers in our business. So that's just what I wanted to talk about tonight because it was fresh in my mind. It was two key things that happened today. And I think that we need more grace in this world. And I think we need more people who are willing to just simply say, you know what? Thanks for the opportunity to consider this. And I release, bless and release. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Hopefully we can all be a little bit more graceful. And I will be back tomorrow with day 21. We'll see you then.